Disclaimer: this video is made for educational and documentary purposes. Only our intention is not to promote any kind of superstition or disrespect to the dead through this video, but rather to highlight the truth and psychological aspects behind one of the biggest mysteries of the internet, so please use your own judgment while watching the video. Well, imagine this: you are in a hotel room. You woke up in the morning, you turned on the water tap and drank a glass of water, but the water tasted a little strange, a little sour, and its color was also dark. You thought maybe there was a problem with the pipeline, but could you even dream that a human body was rotting in that water tank? And for the past 2 weeks, you, your family, and hundreds of hotel guests have been drinking water from that body, taking showers and brushing their teeth. This shocking incident is not a story from a horror movie. It is the real history of the infamous Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. But the question is, how did a 21-year-old Canadian student named Elisa Lam bypass the hotel's tight security and reach the rooftop unnoticed? Why was she seen behaving strangely in the hotel's elevator CCTV footage, as if she was talking to someone invisible or hiding from someone? Why was the elevator door left open for so long? And why did it start working normally again as soon as Elisa got out? Was this incident simply the extreme result of some mental illness, or did she get consumed by some evil force lurking in the dark corridors of the Cecil Hotel? In today's video, we will try to solve a mystery that has kept internet detectives awake at night for the past decade and given rise to thousands of conspiracy theories. The story begins in January 2013, when Elisa Lam arrived in Los Angeles as part of her solo trip and chose to stay at the Cecil Hotel, a hotel with a history already stained with blood. The Cecil Hotel, a luxurious building built in 1927, has become a haunted place in the Skid Row area of Los Angeles, where many suicides and murders have occurred in the past, and even the infamous serial killer Richard Ramirez, or Night Stalker, lived in the hotel for a long time. Elisa Lam may not have known about this dark history. She regularly called her family and uploaded photos of her travels to her blog, but on January 31st, all contact with her suddenly stopped. Her worried parents reported it to the police, and the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, began a massive search to find her, but she was nowhere to be found in the hotel. At one point in the investigation, the police checked the hotel's CCTV footage, and on February 14th, they released a video that instantly went viral all over the world and created panic in people's minds. In the video, Elisa is seen entering the elevator, and she is pressing all the buttons of the elevator, but strangely the elevator doors are not closing. She repeatedly peeks out of the elevator as if someone is chasing her, then quickly comes back in and hides in the corner. Her movements of her hands and feet were very unusual, as if she is talking to an invisible being or gesturing or caressing something. At one point she exits the elevator and walks to the left, and just then, as if by magic, the elevator doors close and the elevator goes to another floor. The video sparked a furor on the internet, with some saying that Elisa was possessed by a ghost, while others claimed that the video had been intentionally edited by the police because the timestamp was missing. Meanwhile, hotel guests began complaining that the water pressure in their rooms had dropped significantly, and that the water was smelling bad and even turning black. On February 19th, about 19 days after Elisa disappeared, a maintenance worker at the hotel, Santiago Lopez, went up to the roof to check on the problem. There were 4 large water tanks on the roof, and when he opened the lid of one of the tanks, he was horrified to find Elisa Lam's naked body floating face down inside. Her clothes and watch were floating in the water, which were the same clothes she was wearing in the elevator video. The mystery deepened after this discovery, because the doors to the roof were equipped with alarms, which were supposed to sound immediately if someone opened the door, but no alarm went off that night. Moreover, the lids of the water tanks were extremely heavy, which made it almost impossible for a thin girl, Elisa, to open them alone, get inside, and put the lid back on from the outside. So how did Elisa get in there? The autopsy report said that there were no signs of injury on Elisa Seth's body, and no drugs were found, which further complicates the case. The report declared the death as accidental drowning and noted that Elisa had bipolar disorder. Psychiatrists speculated that Elisa may have stopped taking her regular medication or had taken too much or too little of the medication, causing her to hallucinate. Maybe he thought someone was chasing him, and to escape he went to the roof and hid in the water tank, but once inside he couldn't get out. But internet sleuths or online detectives could not accept this simple explanation. They found many more chilling coincidences. For example, shortly after Elisa Lam's death, an outbreak of tuberculosis or TB disease occurred in the area, and the name of the test kit for the disease was lam-elisa, which exactly matches her name. Some also found similarities between this incident and the 2005 Hollywood movie Dark Water, where a girl died in a building as water tank in the same way, and a spooky incident also occurred inside the elevator. Many think that a staff member of the Cecil Hotel may have been involved in this incident because they were the only ones who had the key to the roof and the way to turn off the alarm, and maybe Elisa was killed and thrown into the tank. Elisa was wearing shoes in the elevator video, but her shoes were not found inside the tank. So where did the shoes go? In the slow-motion footage, Elisa's face is seen as a look of terror, as if she were facing certain death. Paranormal believers say that the restless spirits of the Cecil Hotel have summoned Elisa to their world, and that the invisible conversation in the elevator was with a resident of that world. From a scientific perspective, hypothermia, or extreme cold, can make the human body feel warm, a phenomenon called paradoxical undressing, which may be why Elisa took off her clothes. Still, these explanations cannot answer all the questions in the mind. Why didn't a police dog team smell Elisa on the roof? Why wasn't the roof door open if she went there herself? Elisa Lam's death remains an unsolved mystery to this day, standing on the border between logic and the supernatural. In her blog posts, she wrote about her loneliness and mental anguish, which shows how fragile she was. Maybe her own mind was her biggest enemy. Or maybe the stone walls of the Cecil Hotel know a secret truth that we will never know. Elisa's tragic end reminds us of the importance of mental health and the unseen dangers of our society. Before we end the video, a question for you. Do you think Elisa Lam's death was simply an accident caused by her mental illness? Or was it the hand of another human being or some supernatural force behind it? Be sure to share your opinions in the comments, because each of your new theories can help unravel the mystery. Thank you for sticking with us so far, and we will bring you another such thrilling mystery in the next video, so don't forget to subscribe.